I'm not sure how this will go, but as you see, my eyes are still beyond repair. Now, my eyes go because I get stressed. When I get stressed, I get ulcers in the eyes. And what I'm trying to do now is, instead of using the medication for my eyes, I'm trying to do it by natural ways and means. Every time I get something that's irritable or it's a cause to me for harm or sickness, I'll give it 7 days to repair itself. If it repairs itself in that 7 days, then I'm fine. Because I think some of the things you do, and you go to the doctors, they offer you medication to get well. I think that's the easy way out. Yeah, maybe I won't be seeing the screen so much because that's the way it is. Stress. We all get these things that happen. It's like Ellen again today, and she had her supposedly daughter Rafter on there, and she was explaining about the stress of being a teenager. Well, I commit wholly and solely to that. There is a great stress on a teenager, but that stress of the teenager, they don't really realize is that stress of the teenager actually goes back onto the parents. I'm going to offer her $50 to spend in a week, and she'll ask for $100 in the week. And I say, well, what are you going to do with the other $50? Well, there's phones, boyfriends, school. We'll take school out of it because they don't really like school as teenagers, because the pressure is, as a teenager, they got the HSC exams. Now, what I don't agree on is, why is it such a big idea that through all that time in school, all those years in school, it comes down to the final exams to get the SAT mark so they can go to university? I don't know why there's such a big pressure put on them to get these marks, to sit these exams separate from all their other schooling they've done through the years, just to get that mark, just to show that they're smarter than anyone else. So the parents will say, my kid is smarter because he's got a higher marker than your kid has. Well, why can't they do it on the basis that maybe somewhere along the line, through the process of all that schooling, one person as good as the other, and whatever they select to do is the way that we, as a company or as a adult or as a teacher, can direct them on how to best do what they want to do. Give the guidance. I mean, half the time a lot of kids already know what they want to do once they leave school. Once they get into high school, I'm not sure how the United States does it. They do it through different colleges. We have a primary school, a high school, and a university. Now, to get to university and to go to certain subjects, you've got to have a certain set level. And that certain set level will turn around and the universities will say, these are the things that your set level recognise you be able to achieve to go beyond school. So you can go to being a scientist or a politician or to become a whatever they teach in universities. Go on to be a pilot or something like that. And you think, well, why can't they be taught? Why can't they have all this put to them on an easy go basis for the first 12 years, and then have them decide which school, which university they want to go to? I mean, there's a lot of pressure put on these kids to get through this HSC, higher school certificate. The higher the mark they achieve, the better they get into the universities. Who says someone who gets 50 on the mark of the SAT instead of 99 could do it better than the person who got 99? Because the person who got 99 may go to university and find it really boring. Whereas the person or guy or girl who got the 50 goes there because they want to learn. They want to learn more. They want to gain more. They don't want to sit on the sidelines and let everyone else pass by. They want to catch up with everyone else. They're the ones who want to be the scientists who wants to create the things that needs to be done. Not lay behind and sit there and think, well, this is a boring topic. I don't really want to be here. Why should I be here? I've got the marks to show that I can be better than them. So I don't need to be them. Hierarchy and numbers. Two of the things that represent HSC. Because they still say you want to be number one. So you can get the highest mark and best mark to get to the best university and do what you want to do. Numbers. The higher the number, the better you're going to be. Well, let's take those numbers out of the screen and let's let those students do what they want to do and be where they want to be. Now, my guest today is Kiki D, and she is from England. And today's song is Amoureuse. So here's Kiki D and Amoureuse. Change the night through an open door. I'm awake, but this is not my home. For the first time, I'm not alone. I do anything I could hold him for just another day. For just another day. His love is something I will not forget. When I'm far away, when I'm far away, I feel the rainfall of another planet. Another planet. Close together in the afternoon, I remember how his love and flow. Turn the key into another world. Made a woman of a simple word. Daylight comes and we both know it must. Soon my fantasies will turn to dust. But I would give him anything he asks. If my first love could be my last, should have told him I'd do anything I could hold him for just another day, for just another day. His love is something I will not regret. When I am far away, when I am far away, I feel the rainfall of another planet. When I am far away, when I am far away, I feel the rainfall of another planet. Another planet. Yeah, that was Kiki D, Amoureuse. That was one of the most tenderest songs I've played. It hasn't been out there. There's no blasting, there's no swearing, there's no yelling, no screaming. It was just a song of words. It was really nice, wasn't it? Well, Kiki D was originally Pauline Matthews, born 6th of March 1947. Better known by her stage name Kiki D, is an English singer. She is best known for a 1976 duet with Elton John entitled Don't Go Breaking My Heart. Now everyone will recognise that, but it's not on this album, so I can't play it, and I'll wait until I find it on one of my albums, and then I'll play it. Which went to #1, both in the UK singles chart and the US Billboard Hot 100 chart. In 1993, she performed another duet with Elton John for his Duets album, a cover version of Cole Porter's True Love, which reached #2 in the UK. As a musician, she began singing with the local band in Bradford in the early 1960s. Her recording career began as a session singer. She sang backing vocal for Dusty Springfield, among others, and was regarded by other singers but did not achieve solo success in the UK for many years. Her 1965 release, Why Don't I Run Away From You, was a big hit on Radio London and Radio Caroline. In 1965, her 1968 release, On a Magic Carpet Ride, which was originally a B-side, has remained popular with the Northern Soul circuit. Much of her early recorded work for Fontana Records was released on the 24th of January 2011 on a CD compilation I'm Kiki D. Now, musical albums, there's not much on her personal life. Here we go, personal life, here we go. Kiki D has never married. She lived in California with David Johnston, a guitarist in Elton John's band, at the age of 28. In her late 30s, she was diagnosed with cancer of the womb. This was caught at an early stage. That doesn't say if she had children or went on to do any more things on the private life. And I understand that from this point of view, most stars don't like to show their lighter side. Now, for her credits, Kiki D, birth name, Pauline Matthews, born 6th of March 1947, and she's still alive, age 66. Origin, Little Horton, Bradford, West Riding of Yorkshire, England. Genres, pop. Occupations, singer. Instruments, vocals. Years active, 1960s to present. So she's still doing a bit of singing, and they're still doing some releasing of her music. Labels, Fontana, Tamia Motown, Rocket Columbia EMI. Don't forget Majestic. Associated acts, Elton John, and website is KIKI and Carmelo.com. I don't know who Carmelo is. Must be another friend of hers. Now, I just finished watching a movie with my grandson and granddaughter, and it was called Toy Story, where Tom Hanks and Tim Allen are playing a cowboy and a Buzz Lightyear. Now, what they're saying is what Buzz Lightyear is the robot who had a saying from infinity and beyond, meaning he needs to get beyond the universe. Now, as funny as it is and as childish as it is as important to us as it is to our future. A university. I'm still waiting for a reply from scientists. Maybe I've got to put this to the scientists. What's beyond the black? We know from videos and TVs and shows that we have Mars and the moon, and the moon sits so close at times. Sometimes you see the moon and it looks like you can just grab it and pull it out of the sky. Now, in those references, why haven't we gone back there? Why haven't we established a some sort of a hut or some sort of municipality on the moon. Because if we were on the moon, it wouldn't be that far away from going beyond that, unless we got that far to go beyond. And they say that there is water, ice on the moon to provide the nourishment to those who are living on the moon. Why aren't we living on the moon? Why? I mean, we've been there once. Why aren't we going again? We have the International Space Station that goes around Australia, goes around the world. People go up there and back again. Now, how far beyond that is it to the moon? Because there's so often at times when you look up in the sky and you see things moving, and you think, well, and they say, well, they're satellites. Do you know how many hundreds of satellites are supposed to be up there? If it's beyond the moon, is the satellite beyond the moon distance? Or is the satellite between us and the moon? So when there's a black spot on the satellite, it's a black spot for the satellite going between us and the moon, or the moon's going between us and the satellite. Now, if someone can come back with an answer, that would be so good. There used to be a joke about the Englishman, the Australian, and the Irishman. The American says, we're going to go to the stars. We are going to go to the moon, and we're going to go beyond the moon to the sun. And we're going to have a robot sent into a satellite and fired into the sun to get all the information back from the sun to know how we can actually get there sometime in the future. The Australian says, oh, we can do better than that. We're going to put a dog, an animal, in a spaceship. And we're going to send this spaceship all the way to the sun. And we're going to get the recordings of what happens to people as they get closer to the sun. Obviously they burn, but this is what we're going to do. We'll probably have a roast animal by the time it gets to the sun. But then the Irishman turns around and says, we're going to put a man in a spaceship and we're going to send him to the sun and just get all the information back. And the Australian and the American says, he'll die. And the Irishman says, we're going to send him at night time. That's the Irish way of doing things. But anyway, let's talk more about our future. They always say there's a white light at the end of your time. I've seen that white light, but I've never stayed there long enough to record all the information I need to know what's at the end of that white light. So, if any of those scientists, if they really are scientists, and if they're not really jibing us that all these things you see on TV aren't actually what's actually been done, and we're only spending money on things that we don't really know, because we still don't know whether they actually are going to Mars. I mean, you can do a TV show like this and show Mars and say, well, we have a robot on this Mars, and it looks like this. So if it looks like this, we just assume, yes, that's the way it's going to look when we get to Mars. What about Jupiter? We have all these names for these things that we see every night. It's funny how the moon moves over, but we never see the stars move over. And every time we wake up at night time and go to look at the stars, they always seem to be in the same place. So are we really doing the move? Or is it just we going black and white, night and day? We still haven't got the answer yet. So, when we get that answer, hopefully we'll get there. Yes, I know, I'm getting some seriousness into my show. And next week, we'll have Georgia back with us to do the show. We'll have it here for 5 weeks when we have no visitors. Alright, love you all. It's the 19th of April, 2013, and I'll say it's 11:59, 23:59, so we're still on the day, and I'll do a Saturday show to make up the show I didn't do on Tuesday, Titty Tuesday. So we have a saturated Saturday. Okay, love you all. Bye.